see. Hello.
We live?
We're thing.
Hey, sweet.
Hi, are you teabagging?
I'm totally teabagging right now.
Wow.
I'll hide the teabagging.
You're doing a awful you are clearly visible right now. Wow.
You're welcome. Morning, everyone. Afternoon, actually.
Is it? What day is it?
I'm fairly certain it's a Wednesday.
You can't prove it.
I can't. That's the whole thing. Unless I actually look at something, it could be either. Okay, it's Wednesday.
Hello, Dalek Shadow Assassin. How you doing?
What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday, my dudes. Happy Wednesday to you.
Do we have meme days here today, Caitlin?
Yep.
We got memes?
We got some
The
memes.
memes.
We missed the last meme day.
We didn't miss it. We intentionally deleted it.
Well, that one. Were the memes too dank that we had to just delete it from the internet?
No.
Not.
No.
Oh, dang.
That didn't happen. The Shibu Inu swimming in space. He's crawling. That's not swimming.
It's Space Dog. I'll be right back. I gotta get rid of the sea bag.
Hot news is too hot for long sleeves, Reese. Reese is too cold all the time. What's up, sexy top ramen? How you doing, friend? Does Reese make tea using hot news to boil water?
Put it on Brett's head as he's filming. Just let it heat
Wow.
up.
What's up, Bacchus? How you doing, friend? How is your life?
What's up, boss? Oh, look, it's Groundhog Day again. You're welcome.
It's not February 2nd. Drexelis. How's it? Good, thanks, and you.
It triggers me every time, just that little bit.
Oh my.
My brain just wants to shout back. Good thanks, and you.
Then do it!
I've taught myself over years to not have that encounter.
Do
and
it
it
all
still
the time.
happens.
There's no reason not to say good thanks and you. Reese needs to lose a shirt.
I can wear
How
this
about you
without
gain one?
Double shirt.
Triple shirt. I covered myself with you. No, we saw nothing, right, Caitlin?
What?
Exactly. That's my point.
I'm cold.
Yeah, I had to go get a jacket.
I
Jersey
wonder if
thing.
I'm really just warm.
Possible.
Because I came in here and I was like, it's hot today. So I turned on the aircon and then both of you were like, what is happening? We almost got flashed. Intentionally didn't.
For reasons.
Yes.
Is instant coffee made instantly or is it made not instantly?
I mean, technically with instant coffee, all you need to do is pour it in your mouth.
And like, then you
Yeah. It's instant.
That's as instant as you can get.
Yep. With coffee grounds, you need to put your spit in the coffee
And
to
then-
get it to, and then you have to drink the spit coffee that comes out at the very end.
Well, with instant coffee, you're technically still drinking spit coffee.
Yes,
Unless-
anything you eat is spit enhanced.
Flavor. I'm okay with that.
That's not the existential question of the day. What's up, Jetstream Bill? How you doing, friend?
You're not wrong. That is terrible. The thought of crunching down on like instant coffee granule things.
No, you don't crunch. You pour a whole teaspoon in your mouth. That would be a lot.
Yeah.
I used to sprinkle them over ice cream.
Hash Bash gifting a tier 1 sub to Ash.
Woo!
Thank you, Hash Bash.
Many thanks.
You used to sprinkle it over ice cream? That's not bad. That's not bad. Or like the espresso beans that they sell covered in chocolate.
You know
Those are
what's
okay.
even better?
What?
Milo sprinkled over ice cream.
Sorry, what's Milo? I've seen it. I don't know what it is.
It's like an instant chocolatey drink.
Okay, so it's like our Nesquik. That's
Yeah, it's close, but like, I think more crunchy. Like it's
your
not
drink is crunchy?
No, it's not like a fine powder. Like the granules that you get are actually like, more coffee-like.
Okay. Parenseo, how you doing? Gray Friars thinks you're a genius cat.
You're welcome.
Milo is greater than Nesquik. We don't have Milo here in the States. Chill.
Yeah, Milo's a South
I saw it has like a soccer player on it. We wouldn't have that here. We don't care about soccer.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
Milo cereal used to be great though.
Yes.
At some point when I used to eat cereal.
Used to love it as a kid.
Mm.
But yeah, I was
Is it just chocolate?
basically
Chocolate Cheerios?
Basically.
Yeah, but it's not like Cocoa Pops chocolate. It's got a bitter kind of chocolatey taste to it. It's nice.
I enjoy the chocolate Milo taste more than any other like sort of substituted chocolatey flavor thing.
Mm. Fix loves Milo cereal. Milo was
They know what's up.
originally developed by an Australian inventor, Thomas Main, in 1934. That explains
dang.
it. Australia isn't real. Sexy Top Ramen with 500 biddies.
Woo! Good morning.
Hot topic to you.
A hot topic to you?
Yeah. Arrow Hot Chocolate is pretty good as well. Has a foamy crunch thing going on. You know what we got going on? What's up, Alf? Howdy. That's not very yeehaw of you.
Love that.
Existential question, Cat. It almost looked like the existential question came out of the dog. That's kind of cool.
The prophecy is true.
If Reese uses mug handles, Bert goes for the shaft every time. It's because mine's cold, so I can drink it. If it's hot, that's what this is for. But otherwise, like, just chug it down as fast as you can.
Even if I have just water in here, I use the handle.
Whatever. Well, let's go ahead and ask the existential question of the day, which, I mean, thankfully we have the appropriate background image.
Oh, we do?
Do dogs pulling on a leash, like the person who's walking them, get the same frustration as when you have to do an NPC fetch quest in a video game? Where you cannot walk faster because the NPC is slowing you down. Is it the same energy? Are you
feel
your
that.
dog's NPC?
I feel that. What was that freaking one in Earthworm Jim that you had to escort the little stupid dog thing? That is like frustration boiling out from my childhood.
I don't
right
even
there.
know that. I've never played
Oh
Earthworm
my
Jim.
goodness, I hated that so much.
My grandmother used to put a leash on us when we went on public. I understand that to some extent, especially for grandparents.
Okay, but hear this.
My mom put leashes on us.
Hear me out.
That explains a lot. Yes.
Skateboard, children on leashes, yeehaw.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not.
Good
No.
thing I'm not a dad.
Yeah, you might. We got some time to work on that for you. We'll have conversations later.
It's not like it's a leash around your neck. It's like a whole chest thing.
Ah, yes.
Like a body brace thing.
Yeah, I know what they are, and they make them in like cute little backpacks. I'm just saying.
It's for safety.
Are you calling Peter Puppy a dog
It's
thing?
for control
I am.
and safety.
I hated him.
I mean, if a kid gets hit by a car because he wasn't listening to stay in the driveway,
That's when you can yank him off his feet and save him.
or survival of the fittest.
Okay. Leash thing I always wanted. One of those trampoline things that like has the... Have you seen this? Like the two poles and then you have the like bungee cords almost. And it lets you...
Yeah, I know what
bounce.
you're talking about. Yeah. It's not time for the talk yet. Reese, you see, when a man and a woman, they love each other, there are birds and there are bees. And the birds
It is a bee?
go into the bees. I'm not sure how this works, but there's some sort of penetrative force
I don't like this.
that takes place.
How fast do the birds have to be flying?
Mach 1.
Damn. I feel like I've been educated.
Tell me about this penetrative force. Well, that's why birds have beaks. So that when they...
I mean, if a bird
You
gets
rip it
shot
open.
fast enough, that's some penetrative force right there.
2 inches coming 50 miles an hour at you still hurts. I have not personally had that experience before.
I have had a bird fly into me before, but that was
Okay, that's a different conversation.
that was more annoying for the bird than it was for me.
Childhood ruined. I was lied to. I don't understand why it's called the birds and the bees. Am I like I had the sex talk, but I always heard it referred to as the birds and the bees.
I didn't understand it.
You could probably just Google the answer.
Does it stand for boobs and butts? And they try to like play it? I could Google the answer. I'd rather chat come up with the answer, to be quite honest.
I mean, it would be way more creative, I'm sure.
Reese, you just got pubertied. There's an actual story with birds and the bees. Okay.
Cross species. That's. Do they retain the ability to fly?
Bees pollinate flowers.
Best education.
What do the birds do? Pollinate each other? See, flowers and bees make sense. Where are the birds coming in here?
Yeah.
See how the birds are always flying around, whacking each other? That's called sex, Johnny.
Flowers and bees reminds me of that one Adventure Time episode. With the bee and the flower.
Birds eat bees. Beats. Battlestar Galactica. Where are the bears in this?
Oh, snap.
How did we get from the dog
I
conversation?
don't know. I was trying to figure it out.
So the existential question of the day, just to remind everybody, was, do dogs pulling on a leash feel the same frustration as when you play a game and have to wait for the NPC? That's the question we needed answered. Not
Probably.
why are the birds and the bees it's called the birds and the bees.
About minutes. If I like try and put myself in the position of the dog, I would be heckin' frustrated if I'm trying to go somewhere and I can't. It's like when you're trying to like run in a dream
Yeah.
and you can't go as fast as you want to. I feel like that's what it's like for the dog, but just in real life.
When are you guys getting the Corsair review samples? I don't have any contacts at Corsair, so probably not happening. I think yes, because the dog wants to go, and you will never go unless you can run faster than your dog.
Yeah.
In which case, you have subverted NPC power.
I think it also depends on the
Any dog owner has NPC energy.
Prove me wrong.
That's actually really how deep this goes. Every dog owner is an NPC.
The dog wants to go questing.
Did Brett just drink from an empty mug? Maybe.
I've been there.
I want more. Taking your dog to the park is like that introduction in games where you can't run yet. But they run around the park. I don't understand that.
Same.
I don't get that one. If the NPC had a leash on me and I was desperately trying to smash my face on poo. What sort of dogs have you had?
Probably big ones.
Like, in fairness, all dogs are different. Some are nuts.
Oh, he's talking about poo.
I know.
Try to put a Great Dane on a leash. Don't work.
Yeah.
I mean, that's because they're actual horses.
My grand's Great Danes are just like, I could ride those things into battle, is all I'm saying.
My dog practically walks me. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. It's like an NPC fetch quest where the main character has to walk the stupid NPC around and they're going too slow.
Frustrating.
Remember that gif of the old lady that got yanked off her feet by the dog? Isn't that the one where like she goes flying and then like I think people did like compilations where she just flies through different backgrounds? Phenomenal.
I also saw one where they do the shooting stars meme with her.
Beautiful.
I mean, considering my gran is like really short and her two big Great Danes are like nearly her height, I could see the reenactment.
I'd take a Great Dane. That'd be.
The-
They have hip problems, so I That's kind of a sad existence. Why?
In response.
No, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was fine.
They're
good
good apartment dogs.
How big are your apartments?
Uh,
Your dog automatically takes up like 3% of the apartment.
My dog practically walks me.
I already responded to
I
that.
didn't see that one. I didn't even hear you guys zoned you out.
Okay. Well, it's time for hot news, Calvin. Also, it's time to remind you that you guys should definitely send us.
You good?
Wow, we were on fire.
Sweet.
Don't forget to send us stuff to our P.O. box. We'll open it on Fan Mail Fridays, okay? Send us things. We'll open it live. Not necessarily on camera, because if you guys send us illicit things, we could get banned from Twitch. So we'll open them below the desk and bring them above to show them off on Fridays. But Fan Mail Friday is now going to be a thing now that we have a P.O. box. Mythical Yeti Cord sent a thing. Well, hopefully it shows up, because I'll go to the P.O. box Friday morning, go collect stuff, and then, send them a Z490 motherboard in their P.O. box already. I have an email saying that it's actually going to be here now this week.
Sweet.
I had that email 2 weeks ago too, being like, oh yeah, it'll come this week. And then I sent them on Friday. I was like, hey, remember how you said that I would get a motherboard when you sent me this? They're like, yeah, we're working. Apparently they're going through like some third-party company, and that's why it's like there's no communication and I'm not getting anything. So, yeah. I'll eventually get a Z490. Eventually. Yeah. It's not like I wanted to do launch day reviews anyways.
I mean, the only launch day content you could do with that is stare at it, essentially. For an entire video.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
I could totally stare at things for 10 minutes. Totally could have done that. And I can stare at Intel's new GPU, because that's all it's good for, apparently. New benchmarks coming out showing that it's slower than an RX 560 and a 1050 Ti.
No!
So this is a pretty low end card that's coming out of the DG1. It's not great. The benchmark that it came with was 5500 in Firestrike, which is just slow as balls.
Oh.
It appears to be twice as fast as the integrated cards on Ice Lake, but it's not really a good discrete card at all. So,
I mean, I could see this being for mobile.
Yeah, if it's mobile, sure. And if they are like, here, we put it in this dedicated card, but we're going to shrink this down to put it into a CPU, then that's fine.
Fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine with that.
Like a 1050 level card in a CPU would be great. I'd take that. I would take that. But I wouldn't take this as a dedicated card. Not in 2020.
Nah.
This should be like a GT 2030. Like a really low end, low powered, no
Just something,
low profile.
If you absolutely need like some kind of graphics and you just need to throw the bare minimum in there, fine.
This is even worse than bare minimum though. Knowing Intel it would cost the same as the mid-tier card, well, we'll see if they actually follow that when it comes to GPUs.
We spend a lot of R&D here. Pay for it.
Here's our first card. You have to buy it. We got nothing else. That would be rough.
Mm-hmm.
Bow wow. Hey, it beats the 750 Ti by like 7%. Leave it to Intel to challenge an 8-year-old entry-level product. I mean, the 750 Ti is still really good on like the low-end used market, so...
What, can you play like League with that?
Yeah, I mean, you could play a lot of games. Kind of low-end stuff. At low resolution, low textures, but...
Low everything.
You could do it! Would you buy it? It seems like it's for the same people who would buy a GT 1030. That same crowd.
If it can come in cheaper to like actually get a proper foothold in like
$50. I would pay no more than $50 for this thing.
yeah. I mean, if it looks like that,
$50.
I would be okay.
Yeah.
But still, I wouldn't go over $50.
It does look pretty dope if this was like the actual retail design.
Yeah. Like it's the same design they showed off like physically.
Yeah.
But whether or not that actually makes it to retail.
But also, if this is plastic, it'll look really cool. But when you touch it, you'll be like, ew, you cheap piece of crap. In 2022, Intel may be able to compete with Polaris, which will be good because Polaris will probably still be for sale. Hopefully not.
There's going to be those stores that still have them.
Yeah. Cobrian, yes, the DG1 has been established as a software development vehicle. However, it also has pretty good indication that it's roughly the specs of the first launch retail card that Intel's going to have. So while the specific DG1 is an SDV, that doesn't mean that we could get something with the 768 cores and roughly the same clock speeds and roughly the same performance that they'll call the Intel Z1 or whatever.
The Z Mini.
Yes. Doubt. This is my bracket hands.
Bracket hands.
Bracket hands. 1050 is still okay. If it's more efficient, then it may be worth it. Hey, there's nothing wrong with the 1050. It's really about pricing.
Well, like, did they ever mention what nanometer specs they're going to base this on?
I think it's supposed to be 10. Pretty sure it's 10. What does that matter?
I don't know.
What's the point of your question?
If someone really needs something more efficient, then...
I guess, yeah, if it doesn't take a power pin, that could be, yeah. When does B550 come out? In 2 weeks, on the 16th of June. But where's my 3080 Ti? I don't know. Did you check Jensen's oven? Or his microwave? Might have it there.
Microwave for the little boys.
Is the 3080 Ti really a little boy? Are you that privileged?
I mean, compared to what he had in his oven,
That's
it's
fair.
a little boy.
That's fair. His fridge?
I'm just scaling it down.
Mm-hmm. Somebody asked something about my shoe size. It's about this big.
I'm glad that you went for that.
How are you two doing today? Yes. How are you?
Today's the day.
Yes. I don't think the 16th should be a paper launch. We've already had like the paper timing where they announced it back in May, and then the 16th is enough time for them to actually come out with production. I have a 1050 Ti and a spare computer, and it was fine for everything other than AAA gaming. Yes.
I mean, if you like want to casually play...
1050 Ti's came out in 2017. 2016.
I was supposed to say 2017. It seems very recent.
4 years ago, Reese.
Yeah, I know.
So... I don't think B550 should be a paper launch. I think it should be fine. Like, manufacturers, like, we've had so much detail... I'm pretty sure reviewers probably are now getting their boards. I wouldn't necessarily think it's going to be... MSI has been very vague about their release date. The release date's the 16th. Can't really be vague about what AMD said is the release date.
Here.
I think on the used market, a 1080 Ti is still way to go. 1080 Ti's is still pretty good. I wouldn't pay more than like $400 for it, though. Just because of age and warranty and... Like, yeah, performance it holds up, but...
There's other factors that go into including the price.
Is B550 only good for this gen and Zen 3? Correct. Yes. Can I use a 1700X on a B550? No. No, you cannot. You can only use Zen 2 and Zen 3. $5,700 XT is toe-to-toe and generally cheaper, isn't it, than the 1080 Ti? No. Slower than the 1080 Ti. Better not be a paper launch in the US. You guys don't have any motherboards at all at the moment? us in the Europe are swamped by M4 motherboards. We have motherboards. I've had no problem ordering motherboards. Maybe it's specific motherboards, but I've been fine.
What we've needed to get, yeah.
Yeah, I already got a motherboard. I don't know. I'm feeling like I need more candy right now.
Did you? You took the candy box over there.
I did because I wanted more candy earlier. I want more candy now.
How much candy have you had today?
Don't ask questions. Okay, eat.
I will say I like this candy.
It's nice. Crap.
If it has a great transcoder on the Intel card and it's only $50, it would make a great Plex card if it supports QuickSync.
If it does. Okay.
In Australia, there's not many gigabyte motherboards.
Are you really losing anything? They're biting you. If MSI would release an ITX X570 Meg, that would be great. I don't think they're going to release any X570 ITX boards. They would have done so by now.
You would have seen leaks at least.
Yeah, well, no.
Like considering all motherboard stuff just gets released leaked way ahead of time.
Name me the last X570 board that got leaked ahead of time.
Not X570 in particular.
But we're talking about the ITX. That wouldn't get leaked. X570 has been out for nearly a year at this point.
I know. I'm saying we would have seen something. You're
How would that have gotten leaked?
You're getting sidetracked.
They would have announced it. Drexelus, there's no... The XT CPUs may never be released. We don't know. Do ITX boards with 4 RAM slots exist? I don't think so. If they did, they'd have to go SODIMM. They couldn't go full regular RAM.
Just thinking of the space, I don't see it working.
Because I think there's only ATX X299 and X399 for that reason, because they need quad channel memory. I'm Googling this. Okay, apparently ASRock released an ITX X299 board. And yeah, it used laptop RAM in order to get the 4 DIMM slots in there.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think that exists.
Not normally, I guess.
It's been done before by the only company insane enough to try it, ASRock. Yep, I think that's basically it. Yeah, they've only ever done it for the high-end motherboards because they need quad channel. So I don't see why they would do that on a normal ITX motherboard. Yes. Okay. Well, let's talk about upcoming Intel CPUs, because while we've been waiting for Intel to get off 14 nanometers, one of the things that we haven't seen from them in a while is IPC improvements. Everything's kind of been the same PC the entire time. It's been the same PC. No, I increased okay. I tried.
I'm gonna stare you down.
Okay. Anyways, so the big thing that happened with AMD back when Ryzen first launched was that we saw a 42% IPC uplift because Bulldozer sucked. It was awful, and that was the big thing that AMD was really going for with Ryzen, was a huge IPC increase. Well, looks like Intel is aiming for the exact same thing with their upcoming architecture refreshes, because Skylake has been dead in the water for 5 years at this point. So the rumor is that Intel's next-gen 10-nanometer Willow Cove is going to be bumped up by 25%. Golden Cove after that will be 50% better than Skylake, and Ocean Cove will be 80% better than Skylake. 52% over Bulldozer, excuse me. So that's the upcoming expectation for Intel finally giving us IPC increase, is that it's actually going to be a high amount of IPC increase. So the expectation is that we might get a backported Willow Cove with Rocket Lake later this year, which would mean the IPC increase by Intel is 25% over where we are now, enough to punch AMD in the face and tell them to know their play's trash.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the expectation right now. There's not much more besides that. It's just IPC is supposed to be really, really good.
I mean, this is whether or not they can actually implement it properly or not.
I'm sure they can.
It's been long enough.
It's been long enough. Give us a new architecture, Intel, please.
Everyone mashing X for doubt. Sounds awesome, but we'll believe it when I see the hands-on reviews from everyone. I feel like I've just become negative towards new upcoming tech until I can actually see results.
But our entire job is talking about things that aren't out yet. Maybe that's why.
Maybe.
Because they talk about it so much. Oh, this could be so awesome. But it's not.
Dang.
You missed it. I was having a real hard time making a symmetrical X. IPC will increase clock speed. Well, half. I don't think it'll half. I think we'll probably be looking at like 4.5 gigahertz instead of 5. But yes, their clock speed would be very high. Not half. They have 10 nanometers on laptops that just can't get clocks on it? Yes, but that's because their 10 nanometers failed with Skylake.
These gummies are too good.
It's not the speed of the clock that matters, it's the IPC throughput. It's the truth.
I believe you. I also agree with that. That face.
Liquid cooled throughput? I don't get that metaphor.
I don't like it. Tell you that.
Well, you know what Intel doesn't like? Old stuff. So this is something that's actually happening by Intel, not just talking about rumor. They are discontinuing Coffee Lake. Goodbye.
So they're not just going to keep selling it at full price?
Correct. It's gone. They'll sell Coffee Lake Refresh, but not Coffee Lake. So the 8th gen's gone. A total of 31 desktop parts and 3 mobile CPUs featured in Intel's 8th generation lineup will reach end-of-life status later this year. So, yes. Look at all these chips going bye-bye.
That's a lot, actually.
Yeah, well, these haven't been relevant for years. So. Goodbye. You have to ASMR that chewing. You haven't creeped us out today. Caitlin's been creeped out enough by me today, and she would hear that in her ears. She doesn't want it. She doesn't want it.
Caitlin hears your idea and says no.
Okay. Now we need to talk. No, my 8700K. Yes, Intel is going to come to your house and remove it from your PC. We said it's the end of its life. We're going to kill it.
Just shoot your PC.
Exactly. That's how it's going to work. Somebody wants us to show you on camera, Caitlin.
Why?
She's not a zoo animal. She's a zoo sign.
Not an object to be used.
She points to the animals.
There's so much help needed right now.
Take your voyeurism elsewhere.
Never seen her before. I hear her, but he's never seen you.
That's impossible.
She's in disembodied
You haven't
voice.
used your eyes.
Sir, I'm in plenty of YouTube videos.
Plenty of them.
Pick one.
Bebedora. She's done. She's rolling away.
She's just
Hey Ace, how you doing, friend? Oh, she took off her head. She's done. She's Wow. Okay, she gave up. I'm not an object to be used. Voice from the void. She was also on stream for 3 hours yesterday. There was that. That happened. She's just an AI confirmed. We're going to talk about AI being confirmed later. But right now, we're going to be talking about Intel being a bunch of poop heads.
Oh?
Big poop heads. Giant. No, Catlin, I wasn't ready! Ah!
Poop heads.
You're like the person at a movie theater who yells at the plot.
You're like the kid in the theater that kicks your...
Switch off my screen, please.
You're gonna try an intro again?
Intel being buttholes because Bob Swan had a virtual Computex press conference yesterday in which he said that we should get off of benchmarks. He wants the entire tech industry to stop discussing benchmarks. Why would he want that? Why would Intel's CEO want us off of benchmarks?
Bob, my dude.
So let's go ahead and read exactly what he said. He was talking in relation to Tiger Lake, which should be coming out later this year. You can switch over to my PC now. Thank you, Catlin. Later this summer, we'll introduce Tiger Lake and cement our position as the undisputed leader in mobile computing and PC innovation. Undisputed. Unflippin' disputed.
Undisputed if you don't look at benchmarks.
If you don't have benchmarks, you can't dispute it. Because what are you basing it on? Your feelings? He continued to say, we should see this moment, talking about the global pandemic, as an opportunity to shift our focus as an industry from benchmarks to the benefits and impacts of the technology we create. What the hell are benchmarks then, if not the impact of what you're doing? Okay. The pandemic has underscored the need for technology to be purpose-built so it can meet these evolving business and consumer needs. And this requires a customer-obsessed mindset to stay close, anticipate those needs, and develop solutions. In this mindset, the goal is to ensure we are optimizing for a stronger impact that will support and accelerate positive business and societal benefits across the globe.
I don't even know where to start with this.
Intel has Wi-Fi 6, AMD doesn't. Intel has more money, therefore we have bigger impact. AMD doesn't. What do your benchmarks matter if we have more cash?
It all makes sense now.
Oh, look at AMD being the Neanderthal, comparing that they're faster than us. Well, did you know that Intel has been around for more years? Did you know that our former CEO got fired because he had unallowed sexual relations with his secretary? That's our societal impact. Did you know that Lisa Su is like one of the top most respected CEOs in the entire industry and it was the #1 earner in the S&P 500? Yeah, well, our dude's named Swan and asked people to clap. That's our societal impact. What does Zen 3 have to do with it?
Please clap. I have the world's fastest car. If you don't check my speed.
No, so that Mackable guy, here's the issue though, right? It's like saying, we're no longer going to talk about benchmarks of cars. It's not even just top speed, range, efficiency, none of that matters. We need to talk about the benefits that each car company brings to society. And here at Volkswagen, we have always been known as siding on the right side of history. Tesla's run by an egotistical billionaire who likes things to be nice and clean. Well, here at Volkswagen, you know that we know how to get around the government to protect your rights to not have the government tread on you. Volkswagen's societal impact. Thank you for bluntly putting what I was alluding to.
Exactly. The whole, like, please get off of benchmarks thing just feels like a desperate cry for help.
Well, it's the easy way that you say we're undisputed.
Benchmarks.
How are you going to dispute us? With your benchmarks?
We don't care about those.
You're so 2019.
They don't mean nothing.
Gosh. Wow. Hardware Unbox doing 30 benchmarks for every video? What are you guys, cavemen?
What a waste of time.
I mean, they're from Australia, which isn't even real.
So therefore, the benchmarks aren't real.
Exactly. Wow.
Undisputed.
What a waste of time.
I'm buying 5 right now because of that speech.
6 for me. I'm so moved. You're welcome. Just buy more Intel because benchmarks don't matter. Impact is not measured by how well they do things, but how much they tell you that they've done. Virtue signaling done by a company. We're all paid actors. He means get off user benchmarks? No, user benchmarks kowtows to Intel. So that's user benchmarks is fine with Intel because those benchmarks align with what Intel wants. We don't believe in benchmarks, but if you're gonna use benchmarks, why don't you use the most prestigious website for that?
Look at this
User
i5.
benchmarks. i3 9100, that is worth way more to everybody than a Ryzen 9 3950X.
Undisputed.
Can you dispute it? No, because you would use benchmarks.
Not user benchmark.
We're not going to discuss benchmarks here. Disgusting. Sorry, were you going to use facts to tell me why you're right? Excuse me, I only deal in opinions and feelings. And I think you're a duty head.
He wants the world to move on.
Do you really need more than 2 cores? Nope. No, you just say we don't believe in benchmarks, but if you have to, check here.
These ones. These are the good stuff.
Yes, everybody else. Ugh. What was that one company that came out with those shady results back when the 9 series launched?
Yeah.
And they only ran the 3700X at like half cores, or the 2700X, whatever it was. I completely forget who it was.
Yeah. I remember the story. I just can't remember who the company was.
I'm having way too many of these. Friendship with user benchmarks ended. Hardware Unboxed is my new best friend.
That's it. I'm buying a Celeron. Stick it to AMD.
Yeah, Gamers Nexus actually went to the company and interviewed the people. I forget what the company's called.
Yeah.
Singularity Principal Technologies. There we go. Thank you, friends. That's when benchmarks matter.
Only then.
Yeah. Yeah, Minesweeper plays just fine with the single core.
What more do you need?
Okay, MacBook Pro, a pro level computer. MacBook Pro has 4 cores.
That's pro. You just need 2. One. You'll get away with 1. You could probably run 2 Minesweepers with 1.
AMD could probably run like 500 million Minesweepers because they've shipped over 500 million GPUs in the last 7 years. John Petty research coming out and showing that AMD's cumulative Radeon shipments topping 550 million units since 2013 over the launch of the PS4.
Heck.
What you can see here is the breakdown. So you have the Sony PlayStation is 20% of their sales. Xbox One, 9% of the sales.
Makes sense.
Yep. Their Radeon DT DGPUs, 18%. The Radeon NB DGPUs, 18%. DT desktop APUs, 12%. Notebook APUs, 23%.
The notebook one is surprising for me.
Yeah. Notebook APUs. How do they hit 23% with notebook APUs?
Yeah. Like, it's not just me that's going, what?
Unless it's like the really low-end A4s. Like the cheapest laptop that I could find at Best Buy had an Athlon A4 APU. So that might be it.
Just like masses of low-end stuff.
So AMD's shipping a lot of GPUs. 29% of their business was consoles. That's a lot.
console game has been good to AMD.
Yes, it'll probably continue to be good, and they win no matter what. And soon we might be able to see Stadia in there take up that line, that
1%.
yes, that 0.5% line right there. Can I game on a potato? With GeForce Now you can. Check out our link in the video description. This video is sponsored by GeForce Now.
Bum, bum.
Do 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 do. Bum, bum. Found out there are Ryzen 7 ones with 4 cores, 8 threads, and Ryzen 5 with 6 cores, 12 threads. Yeah, well, if you're talking about the laptops, it's so Ryzen 7 3750H was pretty weak. Once you get to the 4th gen Ryzen or the 4000 series Ryzen in laptops, then it's pretty okay. Let's not forget most schools use Chromebooks, which have Intel inside sales bias. How does that have anything to do with this? We're talking about AMD's numbers exclusively. What?
Yeah, I'm also a little confused.
What do Intel Chromebooks have to do with how many units AMD has shipped? The fact that it's not more? I'm confused by your statement, friend. We don't know how much more they would have shipped otherwise if they had the Chromebook market. How did I miss the first 50 minutes on stream? I don't know. What's wrong with you?
No.
Yes. How could you leave us here? You betray!
Everyone betray me.
Catelyn, do the thing.
What thing?
The betray me thing.
Try me.
Do it near the microphone! Dance!
If more people love each other, the world will be a better place to live.
I have so many questions.
What happened to yesterday's hot news? Were you not here for the stream? You missed Reese was doing backflips?
Never be seen again. That's what Cameron missed.
I wouldn't call it you did a backflip.
Yeah, it was more like a triple backflip. But
I was going somewhere different.
I was being humble.
It's been a while. Jay Funky, you disgusting person. Why are you here so late? You betray us too.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
I'm taking these away from you. No!
Ah!
It's fine. Just go back. My disappointment is immeasurable.
Jay Funky, this is what you made me do! I love you too much! You made me do this! Reese is broken.
That destroyed me. But Jay Funky says I love you too.
Reese doesn't love, like, casual destruction at all.
No.
Pull it together, Reese!
Intentional? Light something on fire? Sure. Just chaotic throwing things at the camera? I'm scared.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Camera go break?
Yeah. Well, you know what's the worst that can happen if Microsoft starts using AIs?
What?
Racist Twitter bots. But that's not what we're going to get into right now. Because apparently Microsoft is replacing MSN journalists with AI.
How does that work though?
So Microsoft is working on terminating its contracts with journalists and replacing them with their artificial intelligence software. The journalists in question were responsible for the MSN web portal, which will now use machine learning models to actually do all of that and utilizing Azure infrastructure. So, wow, Microsoft has been faking intelligence for years.
So what I'm seeing with this is, you know how every article is a copy paste of each other?
Yes.
The AI is just going to be like, oh, this looks like what I should copy. And that's how it's going to do it.
Yeah, well, I have an announcement to make. And that is, I am going to be replacing myself, Reese, and Catlin exclusively with AI. UFG Tech and Hot News will be completely AI generated, and no longer will I ever appear on camera again. But you won't notice the difference because I've been an AI all along.
It made noises. I didn't like that.
Did it work? Nope.
Nope.
I'm just scratching myself. I committed to the bit too much.
Could we just like place a mannequin there and then deep fake your face onto it?
Yes.
It's terrifying.
Let's do it. So the reason why a lot of articles are just AI copycats of one another is because that's how news works. There's something called a news wire, where the Associated Press or Reuters or one of a company runs a story on something, and then it's picked up on the wire, and then other news reporters take it and then report it as well. Like, that's how the news industry has always worked. And so, like, when you do see those compilations of like everybody reading the same story, it's not because it's some like giant conspiracy of the mega corporations to enslave us all with the same narrative. It's actually literally just because there's like a couple news companies that are doing the reporting, and then everybody, or doing the journalism side of things, and then everybody else is reporting that journalism. It's the same thing with Hot News. I'm not giving you any sources that I've gone and investigated myself. Like, I'm not the one breaking the story on the AMD's 533 million stuff. Like, John Petty Research put out something that reached all of the other tech news places, and I'm talking about it as well. I'm a little bit different because, I shout at people, but,
It's better than reading. I'll tell you that.
Hearing me shout at you?
Mm-hmm.
Wake up! Sheeple!
The rants, though. See?
Those are fake.
You're fake.
I'm never upset.
AI!
Your butt.
Don't like this.
I need Brett shouting at me as my alarm.
Wake up.
You go anywhere for tech news. People come to Not Who's for the rants. Well, I've got news about that as well. I am no longer angry.
Did it just all disappear?
Can you yell out, "Turn the frogs gay" for me? Asked Sniper13X. Turn the freaking frogs gay! What the hell?
Still a bop.
Murder Christians come. But Quibi, I'm never upset about Quibi. Do you think I really care what billionaires are doing with their $1 billion?
I don't think you care that much about Quibi. I think you care more about Palm.
I am sad about Palm. I'm not mad about it.
Same thing.
I haven't seen the song with the gay frogs quote, but I have seen the indie folk song Alex Jones, which is beautiful. Which maybe we should watch right now. Kind of want to watch it right now. Should we watch it right now? I think we should watch it right now. Let's watch it right now.
What do you want to watch?
Well, we'll put it on the thing with the thing doing the thing. Are we connected to the?
Mm-hmm.
Ah! That's not how I wanted that to work. Oh, we just got a $10 dono. Woo! Saying hello, friend. Why are you like this? What hurt you? Okay, now I need my headphones. We need headphones. I need to listen.
I'm gonna go get my headphones.
You do that. What the hell? Can't. Where did they go? I thought so. Utah. Oh, $10 from V. Keebler Elv. What games have you been playing recently? None. I haven't played a game in over a month and a half.
Animal Crossing still,
Still?
but barely.
Okay.
Maintenance reasons.
Wait, how did that? Oh, it fell off.
Did it fall?
It fell off. It broke down.
No!
Button.
Got another donation.
Oh, $5. It's all true? Ah. Give me a second. I need to see what that donation said.
It's so weird that I can hear you now.
Can you? What the hell?
Can you hear it?
I can. I can hear myself. You don't like me breathing, Catlin?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. The dono said it's all true. He warned us. Who warned you?
The man.
Okay. Are we ready? Catlin, can you pause the music? Switch to my screen.
The paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murder scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive, selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally cry from under.
Whoa, hold on. Don't do this, computer.
They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we want to eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy, weird, sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy, weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head.
What the hell?
That woman
Come on, computer.
is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
They use the
Gorgeous.
most majestic level.
Hit a roof, vampire pot, then the goblins are hobbling round, coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go, ah, ah, ah. We're such self-centered crap, we don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions upon it, people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed.
What the hell?
Gonna stab your daughter at the mall. Oh, oh, oh. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good. Oh, they're so sweet.
What the hell?
I was watching Fox News as I worked out this morning.
Sure.
In case anyone didn't know, he was crazy.
That was beautiful. What the hell? I'm gonna stab him with a butcher knife. So that's beautiful, obviously. Fun fact. So when I was living in South Africa, we're gonna go really deep down the rabbit hole right now. When I was living in South Africa, obviously the 2016 elections was taking place, and since I was in a foreign country, I didn't really have my finger on the pulse of like how people were feeling about Donald Trump. Obviously, the internet was like, Hillary Clinton has to win. What the hell? You can't elect Donald Trump. That's like Reddit and everywhere on the internet.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I guess that's the normal theory. And then Alex Jones popped up on my YouTube channel feed. And I watched it and I was like, oh, So there is a subsect of people that think Donald Trump might win. Hey, so that was my first exposure to Alex Jones. Was like right before like 3 days before the election, and then I think it was like the day before the election. I told my wife, I was like, Donald Trump might be able to win, and she was like, no. And then sure enough, we wake up the next morning and they're calling it, and Donald Trump is the president of the United States. And it was like, I only knew that was coming thanks to Alex Jones.
I still remember being like absolutely floored watching the results come in because it was an early morning in South Africa.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my friend and like I was like, no way he'll win. Like everything's fine, it'll be fine. And I'm just watching these numbers pour in. I'm just like, oh, what?
Yeah. I'm not saying that the internet was unanimously for Hillary. I'm saying that I mean, I guess the echo chambers that I've created for myself were exclusively like, okay, since Bernie Sanders is out, we cannot let Hillary win. The internet was more for what's his name? Bernie Sanders at the time than it was like
Yeah. From someone like in South Africa looking at what the politics were going on, I was just seeing Bernie all over the internet because that's the source of American news I had was the internet.
Yeah. I just couldn't find anybody outspokenly supporting Donald Trump in a mainstream platform.
Because they crushed them all.
What was that?
Oh, it's the screw coming out again. That's fine.
Is it the same one
Yeah.
or is there multiple that are coming loose?
I don't know. It's okay. I did not bring up politics. I brought up history. There's a difference, friends.
Yeah, I mean, this happened years ago.
Yeah. Name one political comment that I made besides how I viewed the media appropriating things. Yeah. So that happened. Actually, that also led me down like other conspiracy theories of like Donald Trump is God's chosen and he's like Cyrus from the book of Daniel where God wrote to him specifically and told him that he should be, and yeah, like Donald Trump's supposed to be like the savior of Christians in the United States. That was a fun part of the internet too.
You went on weird sides of the internet.
Bro, I like going down the YouTube conspiracy train. It's fun. Especially like, so the thing that I get out of it is like, I would have never thought of this on my own. So I get to see how some people think. It's beautiful.
I've stayed away from rabbit holes in general the last couple of years because I've seen friends who go down them and they're just like...
They come out completely wrong on the other side?
Essentially.
Yeah.
The pot-bellied goblins are hobbling around coming after us.
Yeah. So there's that.
I do enjoy watching compilations of people's reactions before and after Trump was elected. Like, all the people saying, no, he'll never win, and then their reaction after he won.
I mean,
Quite hilarious.
I was one of those people who said, like...
Were you screaming and crying and throwing and breaking your television?
Yes, that's exactly what Reese did as a South African. He was so invested.
No, I was just like, yeah, he's a reality TV star. He'll never win. Oh, wait, he won.
Here, this one was beautiful. This is Alex Ernst's video.
President Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
When you open your heart to patriotism, there is no room for prejudice.
That aged poorly.
The best thing about this is that he went to the inauguration to make the joke.
Commitment right
Yes.
there.
That is a solid, like, he absolute, like that this video deserves 6 million views for the fact that's the commitment. Because he could have cut to the inauguration, but instead he cut to him being at the inauguration, which is phenomenal. Y'all getting too deep into it.
Yeah, we were making jokes because the Alex Jones song is funny.
Yes, it's all funny. Don't take life too seriously. We're all gonna die.
That got dark.
Well, speaking of dying, my hopes for a sex box are dead. And I say that in context, just for anybody who's about to clip this. Sex box referring to the Sega Xbox Series X that we talked about previously. Sega, their big announcement was not a partnership with Microsoft. There's two things that came out of their announcement. Number one is this Game Gear Micro with a 1.15-inch screen.
Just what I needed.
Yes. Are there police outside? Sound like a police radio. Okay. Game Gear Micro, it's a thing.
It seems weird.
Yes, it'll be $200 for 4 of them. I guess you're supposed to share with friends?
I'm so confused as to why. Do they come bundled with games?
More than likely, I'd have to guess. It's available in 4 colors, and each color has a different lineup of Game Gear games. That's stupid.
I don't like that.
That's stupid. So you do have to have all 4.
You have to have all 4 to get all the games.
Yeah. Yikes.
I really don't like that.
Yeah, and it needs 2 AAA batteries. I remember the Game Gear being so, like, juicing on batteries.
My brain is just going, why?
So this isn't the big announcement. So this is one of the announcements that Sega made with their 60th anniversary thing, but this isn't the big announcement that they made. Okay, the big announcement. You guys ready? Catelyn, switch back to me for a second. The big announcement that Sega made for the 60th anniversary, their huge announcement. Fog gaming. Fog gaming.
I hate this.
Fog gaming. Okay, let's figure out what fog gaming is. Article now with info. Fog gaming is the big scoop. Sega will use arcades in Japan as the technical backbone. CPUs and GPUs housed inside arcade machines are mentioned specifically. Ultra low latency is touted. Commercial ideas to use arcades outside business hours.
Okay, so this is streaming from arcades in Japan after hours.
Fog gaming.
They couldn't even get the buzzword right.
Well, apparently, so it's odd because they also said that this is not the Japanese equivalent of cloud gaming.
I don't understand how it works then. What even is this?
You just pick up a Scottish accent all of a sudden?
No, that's not Scottish. That's just me confused.
This is close enough. So, yeah, no sex box. Fog gaming. No sex fog.
And it's only arcade games.
Everybody press F for fog in the chat. You can switch
This
off.
could
now,
have been
Kat.
greatness.
It could have been, but it wasn't.
It was not.
It wasn't.
I'm gonna get some water.
You get some water. I feel like it'd be easier to dig out my own Game Gear, and yes, it used 6 AA batteries, so I have to have a thick AC brick. That was terrible about the Game Gear. So many batteries.
So comments stopping the batteries.
Well, while we're on the topic of Japan, there's a little-known Japanese CPU that threatens to make NVIDIA, Intel, and AMD obsolete in the high-performance compute market. Fugaku is going to be the Fujitsu A64FX, the only ARM-based processor designed from the ground up for HPC projects and supercomputers. Fujitsu, who's normally known for business laptops and the like, is launching a high-performance compute CPU setup. Yes. So, A64X. It's going to be 100 times faster than the previous one. And will be 400 petaflops.
That's a lot of petaflops.
That's a lot of petaflops. Threatens to make NVIDIA, Intel, and AMD obsolete in the high-performance compute market. Who wrote this title? Like, it's cool. Another, like, Fujitsu coming in, making 400 petaflops. That's good news.
Yeah.
But AMD is making a 2 exaflop computer.
Yeah,
So
I don't see how this makes anyone obsolete.
Makes your opinions obsolete. But you know what is obsolete? PCI Express 4.0.
Good.
So last year. So 2019. Okay? PCI Express 6.0 is supposed to get unveiled this
Why
week.
are they going so freaking fast?
Ah, because you need more. Okay? So it's going to be quadruple the bandwidth of what we have right now.
Whoa.
Oh, you want 8 gigabytes per second? Pathetic. How about 40? Huh? PCI Express 6.0 getting specified later this week. Codified. Done. Get out of here. We're gone. PCI Express 4.0. Oh, you're on an Intel motherboard where you can't even go above 3.0? Where you're half of where we are right now. Sanamoose is here. Hello,
Welcome.
Sonny. Sonny boy, how you doing? You missed Alex Jones. What the
You
hell?
make it sound like he showed up.
His presence was felt. Wait, what about 5.0? That's old news. We already know the specs on that. That's already been set up. 6 is where we're at.
That's how this works.
Yes, PCI Express 6.0 coming out. And what else is coming out is Near Replicant. Catlin, this news article's for you. And I'm not sure if you're going to like it or not because the producer teases a lot of secrets in the new interview. You ready for this?
Yes.
So, when asked, is this just a remaster or what the hell's going on with the game? He said, there are just so many secrets. I can't say anything. Laughs. In any case, please look forward to it. I think that even if the story is the same, you should feel something completely different with it being fully voiced.
Yes.
Does the story of version 1.22474487139 take place in the different world line as Near Replicant on PS3, or is it the exact same world line? I'm really not sure. The game is known for its various endings based on playthrough, so can we expect a new ending? You're all free to expect whatever you want, and we're also free to betray those expectations however we want. Everything is free. Long live freedom.
Those are such Yoko Taro answers.
So, Near Replicants.
Sunmu says he's a madman.
Those are just typical Yoko Taro answers.
Long live freedom.
Well, they have to record English voices for the whole thing because there was never an English version of this game. So it's gonna be great.
Switch off my screen. We're done. Nobody cares.
I feel like that's a cool way to actually do a remaster. You know, adding in quality of life stuff like voiceovers.
Well, the English version, the Gestalt version, was fully voiced over, but your main character was a old man, so you kind of need a young boy to voice now.
I think that's the experience for a lot of people with these remasters. They never got to play the originals, so like this is always the remaster. Once it builds up hype, it's always their first experience of the game. What are you looking for?
Well, they originally made Gestalt and Replicant. They made, but they only released Gestalt in the West because the protagonist was a father-daughter relationship, which they thought would resonate more than a brother-sister relationship. And it worked really well. Like, I really enjoyed the father-daughter story.
We're gonna stab him with the butcher knife.
I've still never played any of the games.
If you want to rip your heart out, it's worth playing.
It'll be Sunwoo's first time playing Near Replicant. Agent Zepo's here. Hey, friend. How you doing?
Just stream like that for the rest of the stream.
Sure. Well, you know, I was down here looking for aliens. And thanks to China, it's going to be a lot easier because their giant radio telescope is going to go online in September. FAST will scan the skies for life in addition to its usual exploration. This FAST standing for The 500-meter aperture spherical telescope. It has, obviously, a diameter of 500 meters, and it's going to start looking for aliens.
So they go beep, and then they hope something goes boop back at them.
Essentially.
I like that.
They beep boop to find aliens. Yes. So aliens from China, but China also delivering not aliens, something very familiar. DDR4. China delivers its first homegrown DDR4 RAM. This is coming out of Yunil C Semiconductors, or Unil C, however you want to say that. DDR 2400 and 2666 memory modules are going to be happening. There you go. And then also China, one last bit of China news. Former general manager of Global Foundries, China, joins SMIC, who is the semiconductor that's going to start producing for Huawei, and who should be doing 7-nanometer mass production at the end of the year.
So they're poaching a bit of talent from other more established places.
Yes. Yeah. China news done.
That's fast.
Yes. I finally got ahead in life.
I'm proud of you. I couldn't even do that.
No, you're too short.
Yeah, don't work.
What the hell?
Just stay like that for
Gotta stab him with the butcher knife. Speaking of China, Riot. Speaking of Riot, Valorant 1.0 launch adds a new game character, game mode, and map. The 5v5 shooter has now gone live. 1.0 version is out. They introduced a new person, fixed a few things, and then added Spike Rush, a game mode, which should make things a little bit faster because some games in Valorant were pretty slow.
I watched some Valorant gameplay yesterday.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, actually watch this time instead of just, like, having it on in the background to try and get a beta key. My headphones on just so I get a little bit taller.
Yeah. Because you're too small. Small boy. I'm not used to being on my knees this long. It's usually over by now. What?
With you, Callan.
What? What?
I'm gonna stay down here for a bit.
Okay.
It's safer down here.
All right, let's talk about Google's new dongle called Sabrina.
They've got a dongle.
They're what?
Their Sabrina dongle.
What does it do?
It's basically an Android TV dongle called Sabrina. It's like a Chromecast, but for Android TV.
Do you remember that ad? I think it was for Vodacom, a dongle ad. It could have been Telcom.
Which one?
The one where they're sitting at a restaurant and then the lady's like, stop fidgeting with your dongle.
I remember that.
We got a $1 dono from Tony saying, keep up the good work. Lots of love from your broke followers. What? I appreciate the dono, but broke followers? Really? Does your screen have a crack in it?
What? Are you talking about my phone?
Oh, I think it was the wallpaper of the... I was like, oh, what happened?
No, not crack. Crack is whack.
Summertime love? I prefer summertime gladness. Fed me Skittles on a burial ground. Gave me rabies in the back of my car.
That's how it goes.
I ain't broke. Don't poor shame me, sir. Jay Funky, I was just reading a dono message. If you ain't broke, it's only $5. I'm kidding. But speaking of $5, Amazon's going to be having a sale on June 22nd, a summertime sale to counteract the pandemic slump. Ah, yes, the pandemic slump that's put 40 million people out of jobs probably won't have that many jobs by June 22nd. What's the easiest way to make more money? Not fix the entire economy, make things cheaper. Yay! So they push back Prime Day, but they're looking to have the biggest sale in the sky to jumpstart sales for sellers hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. It's going to last for 7 to 10 days with discounts of at least 30% for merchandise in the sale.
If you're poor, just print more money.
Honestly, if you're poor and you don't have $5 to give to us, that just shows that you're irresponsible because you should be out there working right now. And instead, you're here wasting time watching us. This is said tongue in cheek.
I love the physical demonstration too.
I'm quoting somebody. by the way, just so we're aware. We don't need your money to make videos. I don't know why I said movies.
Stitch them together. It's a movie.
Yes. Somebody asked us about this at the beginning of stream, but Corsair announcing the Dominator Platinum RGBs. They look so good. Sonomoose, what do you think of these?
I like these.
Brett, I know you're joking, but that was a very cringe clip you quoted. My friend, am I nothing besides cringe in the beginning? In the first place? I am cringe as it is. They look so good. But do they dominate? Yes. I really like them. I enjoy them quite enough. It's got gold accents on it, man. I don't know if you saw that. This is going to cost considerably more than $5. So, yes. 75 biddies, repping poor crowd, free bits with advertisements. Hey, Meridian Arc, thanks for your irresponsibly earned bits. Go out and get a job. Thank you, friend. I don't know how to feel about the RAM. How do you feel anything besides good things? This makes me so happy. I love this. Look at the gold accents right there. The gold screws. Like, I think, it's so good. And also, like with the Dominator Rams, they look so much better in person.
Yeah. I noticed that, like, we saw the pictures of the original, like the matte black ones.
Yeah.
And like, it was like, oh, that's cool. But then the moment we got ones in person, it like whole new level of cool.
Jokadani with the 1 biddy. Thank you. I love you. Give me the hot news. I'm giving you all the hot news, friend. Thank you for the 1 biddy. White and gold PC builds are much more viable now that I'm considering it. There you go. You don't have to go with the Trident Z Royal all gold. COVID quarantine, millions out of work. Go out and get a job. Exactly. It's easy. So I've heard. I'm kidding. Obviously, I can understand. I absolutely sympathize and empathize with everybody out of a job right now. And I understand our role as content creators is to provide free entertainment for people to go through this time. Free!
For free!
For free! New GPU September time? That's the idea, yes. Potentially. Was my free thing too loud for you? And
No,
you're
no.
like, oh, I'm done.
I was just helping someone with something quick.
Okay.
And then, like, I realized I still had these on. My ears were getting warm.
Okay, that was the last article.
Ah.
That's the end of hot news.
Done.
I'm stepping on gummies.
That's all you get for free!
I might have squished the gummies open.
Oh, yeah! Push my gummies.
They were on the floor, and I was just like, as I stepped over, it was horrible between my toes.
What the hell? Do you have any lukewarm news?
I had tea.
I have a
earlier.
headache right now.
My tea was good.
Catelyn, you got any lukewarm news?
I'm not as cold as I was a few minutes ago.
My ears are warm still, which is nice.
I'm going to see my brother for the first time in 5 years on Saturday. 100 biddies from Bacchus! Woo!
Good tea is a cause for celebration. I feel that.
What's for lunch? Stomach space occupier.
Yeah, I haven't thought about what to make the lunch yet.
I didn't see your space nerd come out, Jay Funky. Five years? Yeah, I was in South Africa for 4.5 of those. So, yeah. He has to stay over 6 feet away from me, though, because he hasn't been socially distancing.
You can just swing your arms and you know how far.
We're just going to take our lawn chairs and set them really far apart in our backyard. No hugging, no touching.
Feel that.
Wendy's versus Burger King? Wendy's.
Wendy's. I only got a chance to try Wendy's. We had Burger King in South Africa.
It's not better here.
Yeah. Well, considering your McDonald's is significantly worse, I don't expect the Burger King, which wasn't great in the first place, to be any better.
That's absolutely true. Yeah. Do you have any more of your pieces left? I ate all of Reese's Pieces. Every single one of his piece popped right into my mouth, and I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's still tons of them.
Seriously?
Yes.
Where? What? No, I'm talking Reese's Pieces. I ate all of the Reese's Pieces. Not the pieces of Reese's. Reese's Pieces is a very specific brand of candy.
Yeah, all the candies. I'm so confused.
I'm talking about Reese's Pieces, which are the M&M ones.
Oh.
Yes, those are Reese's Pieces.
Oh, I'm just thinking Reese's Pieces as in Reese's
No.
anything.
No. You had Reese's Pieces in your mouth? A lot. And I paid for more.
Prostitution's illegal.
I'm talking about candy, Catlin. Eating candy with a friend is not illegal.
Get your head out of the gutter.
What place don't you go to? What's the bottom of the barrel fast food place? The place you don't go to, even if it's the only place around? Anything that's not something that I respect.
If it's...
In South Africa.
Let's make it a
I would
chain.
never go to Steers in South Africa. I hated Steers. I would not go there even if I was dying of starvation.
Really?
There's too much sauce. Taco Bell? Excuse you. I would eat Taco Bell all the time. I don't think we have Jack in the Box here.
Okay, I remember one thing we got that was really gross. We hadn't had chicken licken in years. We convinced you to try it.
Oh yeah, that was nasty.
The wings that came had feathers on them still.
Yeah.
It was disgusting.
Oh. I don't mind Steak and Shake because it's $4. Like, I'm not expecting a high quality meal for $4, but I got a $4 meal. And it's $4. The right answer here is Dairy Queen. They have food. I'll go to Dairy Queen for ice cream because the way they shape those cones is a work of art. I love the way that they make the swirly cones, but I can't. Is Five Guys in Florida? Yes, but it's not a fast food joint. It's a food serve fast place.
Switcheroo. Yeah, chicken licken is still my go-to.
That was gross.
It was, yeah.
I've had good experiences with Arby's. I've only gone once in the last little while.
Arby's
I haven't
is the
gone
place
since
with
I've
the
gotten
hat,
back.
right?
Yeah.
Haven't been there.
Yeah, I haven't been here since I've been back. The ice cream is okay, but everything else there is awful. I'd rather go home and lick the floor until I'm full. I don't know how clean your floors are, so I don't know if that's a good or a bad statement. The real question, though, is would you eat your food if you were inside of a CRT TV? Is that like your lame attempt at doing an existential question? Because, yeah, I would.
We have charcoal chicken in Australia. It's pretty good, but I haven't heard of it internet.
Haven't heard of it.
Never
either.
heard of it at all.
You don't need to know either, and you never will. Sonamoose, tell me. Take a picture of your floor, will you? Send it through on the Discord.
It's like barbecue chicken, but not weird.
Dairy Queen has gravy to dip the fries into? Ew. Denied. Sonamoose, why do you hate me?
Fun fact, Texas Dairy Queens have completely different menus and burgers.
Huh. That might be why Sonamoose hates it. Dairy Queen is missing coming out? That might have more to do with your internals than the food.
I don't like the sound of that. I always heard the memes of Taco Bell.
It's not that we haven't had issues.
Never had the experience.
There was a Whataburger when I moved to Gainesville over a decade ago, but not, I think it closed about 8 years ago.
I don't think. I've tried I'll typically at least try a place.
And we're back to never trust a fart.
I mean, it's still solid advice. Especially like once you hit 30, just never trust a fart.
And I don't trust us to continue with this discussion any longer. Cal, why don't you take us over to the memes? Because it's time for It's Wednesday, my dudes!
Good, because I was really starting to hate that discussion.
Same. That's how we go through life.
Wednesday.
Is there going to be a transition, or are we just
Yeah,
going
I
to
just
jump
need
right
to
into it?
find it.
Okay.
There it is.
I love Crystal Burger. It's basically a knockoff White Castle. Oh, yeah, I've got the headphones. I was like, why are we hearing this now? It's time for memes. What tech memes do we got? People, okay, before we get into it, Cat, let's switch back to me if you wouldn't mind, so ever so quickly. case you want to be part of memes on Wednesday, submit your memes on our Discord. ! Discord in the chat. Tech memes on Wednesday. Submit your memes. And don't forget to send us your fan mail. Fan mail Fridays, wherever our P.O. box is. It's gone.
Probably not set up for that scene.
There we go. Well, we're on the normal scene, Reese, but you don't know that. So you're
because I can't see it.
Yeah, you're commenting on something of which you have no knowledge.
But I saw
you ignoramus.
I saw
Shut
the
your
little
mouth.
Froggy there just now.
Shut. P.O. Box. Send stuff for Fan Mail Friday.
I seen it.
P.O. Box 5697, Gainesville, Florida 32627. There's never going to be a meet and greet during coronavirus. There's a pandemic going on, Wolfie. Tech memes, Catlin. Let's get into it.
Time for memes.
Time for memes. Time for memes. Give me memes. I want memes. If you don't provide a meme, you're being irresponsible and should be out there making memes. Yeah. Internet Explorer 9, Microsoft Edge. Race! Watch the memes and get off your phone.
I can't see the memes.
No, get off your phone. That's the first
also
problem.
then we have to
That's
stand.
the first. I don't mind. Nothing
that's
about
okay.
this bothers me. I'll climb. You got me.
How long could you sustain?
For a while, actually. That's a good meme. That's the edgy Dr. Phil.
To ask my best friend for memes because there was a lack of memes, and he had some good ones.
Some good ones.
I hope there's some great ones. PlayStation 5's deep learning technology could identify just how bad you are at gamers. That one's good.
Damn.
Shots fired at the reviewers. Catlin, you probably love this one because you hate reviewers.
I don't like bribed reviewers.
Looking at you,
Biased reviewers.
Xbox gamers, PS4 gamers, PC gamers, mobile gamers. This meme's too old for me to really like this one right now.
Yeah.
Everybody hate mobile gamers. It's
Yeah, no, I
crazy
get
though.
it. This meme died a while ago, and this isn't like
I enjoyed this meme though.
when it first came out, sure, but like this isn't a new twist on it. Like there's nothing original about it. It's just it feels out of place.
That's fair. I like when memes come back with a twist.
Yes. Yeah.
I've seen the craziest gadgets you can put on your phone to make your phone good for playing like first-person shooters and stuff.
Like weird trigger things.
Yeah, like why?
Hey, kid. Psst, psst. Want to go to the deep web? I love that.
This is a bit of a classic though.
That's when you shove that Ethernet port in there and see how fast your connection is.
Wow.
Goop.
Do you think you can get to Mordor on the other side of that? My goodness.
Why is the watermark in the second panel?
I was also wondering that when I
That's
saw
weird.
it.
No, you can't just add more VRMs to increase your performance on 14 plus nanometer CPU. Haha, what's go burr? Shintel. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lol.
Lol. Yeah, these are all like good memes. Nothing's really
Egregious yet.
tickled my pickle.
You need to stop.
Who's that meme? Oh, it's the Shintel meme we just watched.
Oh.
It's the Shintel meme, Catlin. It's the Shintel meme. Am I right? It's the Shintel meme. It's Pikachu.
It's Pikachu! Give me a minute. We'll get there.
I believe you.
There we go. Okay, who's that me? It's not Karen.
Doc Brown? I
No.
can see that.
It's not-
E-Man.
it's not-
Lionel Richie? Farquaad?
Close.
Alex Jones in a wig.
Yes.
Is it the E meme?
E.
Ah! Lord Marquand. Wow. E.
Someone was close.
Yeah. Okay.
We've already seen this meme, Catlin.
Have you? You sure about that?
Oh my gosh. the world starts falling apart. SpaceX astronauts. Adios. I haven't seen this meme before.
I've seen it's a new one that's popped up recently.
It's also not tech related.
SpaceX.
No. My PC, my internet, my friend's PC, my friend's internet. We playing together.
Hooga booga.
We playing together.
Is that what you?
Yeah, that bothers me.
When did you get so picky about memes?
I've been picky about memes. I think we had a renaissance of memes at one point, and then now we're basically in
The Dark Ages.
no, because Renaissance came after the Dark Ages.
So we can just mix it up.
I don't know what was the low point in history after the Renaissance.
Everything since.
Basically, okay. I finally overclocked my. I love this one. I love this one.
Of course
You love this one because it's a dad joke.
It's so stupid.
Of course you love the dumb.
It's so dumb.
Creativity is hard.
This is beautiful. Finally overclocked my PC. Recognizing hand scarves. Paper cut from arts and crafts. Chef, auto mechanic. Viking, barbarian, dragon wrestler. Just installed mobile AI. I guess if you're bad at it.
I mean, I've stabbed my finger on it.
Or
Acting
you
as if
can't.
You've never stabbed
Or you
yourself.
can't afford a motherboard that has one baked in.
Which I couldn't.
Why you guys suck at IO shields?
Why are you so critical of memes?
What are you guys, The Verge? Everybody worrying that AI could overtake the world and destroy humanity. But okay. Did an AI write that other meme? We playing together.
Yes.
Ah. This one's fun. I like memes.
Or do you approve of this one?
I approve of this
I
one.
submitted
Funny?
this one.
Yeah, this one's funny. It subverts my expectations. Memes. So in order for me to think it's a good meme, it has to take what I know and make me be like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I didn't expect memes. It's a good meme.
No.
Boy.
I felt that. Oh.
Who is that meme?
Why would that happen?
Catlin.
I fail at life and I give up.
Okay,
Boy.
but the best thing is though, it seemed like a reaction to Brett, like, boy.
Why would... Oh my word.
That is a high quality SpongeBob. Boy.
Well, I guess it was a sort of easy one to guess. I hope the others aren't like that.
Hopefully not.
Sponge Boy Me Bob. I thought she was messing with Brett. Yeah, that's what I
Same.
thought too. I thought she added a new reaction.
I thought she had it ready just to boy you.
Boy. No. I don't know. I don't even know how I make that mistake in the first place. I don't even know how to fix it.
I'll have a meme about AMD being better than Intel, original, and how inferior console is to PC. Daring today, aren't we?
I feel this one. That's all like the PC Master Race subreddit is.
Yeah. Intel bad. Intel bad. Orange Man bad.
Console
Everything
bad.
bad.
Console
Console
slow.
bad. When you thought everything would be easy peasy lemon squeezy, but it's actually difficult lemon difficult. What? See, this subverts my expectations. I'm reading the meme and I'm like, this has nothing to do with tech. And then she's eating the laptop.
I have to say, if you deep dive on stock image websites, you find glorious things like this.
It would have been slightly better if she was deep fried. Just slightly.
PC troubleshooting gives me severe anxiety.
Does it make you want to numb a laptop?
Yes.
I just Google things till they work.
This one was a beautiful meme. That's a new level of playing with yourself.
I hate this.
Where's his mouse?
How dare you?
Maybe he doesn't have a mouse. Maybe he just uses the nipple.
Well, one of the other terms for that thing would be highly relevant right here.
Joystick.
I'm not saying it. This is cursed. This is a cursed tech meme. I like it. It's very cursed. Don't get rid of it just yet. Let people stew on this one for a second. The new trackball's mouse.
That was good. That was good.
Oh, that's a very cursed tech meme right there.
Terrible.
What happens if somebody... Never mind. When you finally finish assembling something that took hours to put together and you find a piece that looks important AF, but it's not important at all. Like the IO shield literally doesn't matter. This is a bad meme. It's nowhere near as important as the ring.
Boy,
This meme sucks.
you suck.
Thank you. If he was holding the CPU, that would be hilarious. That would be a good subversion of what I was expecting. Forgetting the IO shield, very easy, everybody does it, but guess what? Your PC is going to work perfectly fine without it. You might have a little more dust. If he's literally holding a Ryzen chip afterwards and it looks important, that would be hilarious.
Note to self, Brett doesn't like IO Shield memes.
They're not. This was not funny at all. There's nothing good about this meme. Intel fans, Ryzen having 2 less frames per second. Ryzen being 2 times faster in workloads. Haha, Intel bad. Also, please, for the love of everything, get rid of the freaking Reddit watermark.
Just crop it.
I think I've seen this one, and I was like,
Yeah, I must have seen this one before.
And then, yeah. It's a good meme.
Who's that? It's Marge.
Shut up! You gotta let people guess, Reese!
I forgot.
J Funky's got it. Marge Crumping.
Marge Crumpy.
Marge Crumpson.
Alex Jones in a wig again.
Game I like me. I would like to award you the highest honor I can bestow. Move to SST.
I feel that.
Are we in 2012
Yes.
where nobody has completely SSD builds anymore? This is me all the time. Why do you still have hard drive, people?
Space.
Get the SSDs are cheap. That's a 2017 joke. I'm with Jetstream Bill. This is relevant for an old person.
Well, maybe some of us still wish it was 2017.
You're more than welcome to go back there.
I would.
Good. 8 terabyte SSDs aren't cheap. If you have 8 terabytes of games, yeah, you have different issues than needing to move stuff to your SSD to play it. You can have both. You don't need both. Bad meme. Next meme. Morrowind in terms of graphics. Morrowind in terms of gameplay. I can't relate to this one at all, so Reese, you comment on this.
I never played Morrowind.
Yeah, we're not Elder Scrolls people, so...
I am. Never played Morrowind.
It's true, says Jay Funky.
And that's all that matters.
That was a little bit before my time.
I have about 2 tablespoons of games. There you go.
A crumb of games.
You versus the guy she told you not to worry about. This is a bad take on this, man.
Why?
It seems in line with the meme.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing novel about it, though. Oh, hey, dirty PC setup. Nice PC setup. Cool. I'm not subverted.
It's a really messy setup.
Yeah.
I
I would have preferred it if it was like reversed, right? And it's you with the nice setup versus the guy she told you not to worry about, and it's the messy setup, but then it puts like, I don't know, swole Jeff Bezos down there. Then it's like a subverted meme. And I would like that, but
I've played in janky setups like that, especially at LAN parties.
Ugh.
not a good meme. No, you can't just put a bunch of flashy lights and expensive tubing into your PC. It's not worth it. Haha, water block go burr.
I have to say the Go Burr memes have been getting real old real quick for me.
Pretty stale.
Like, it's one of the fastest aging memes.
There's also no subversion in this. Yeah, 0. Besides the very poorly Microsoft painted case. Haha, go burr memes, go burr. See, that's funny. These are all so typical and cliche. PC2, PS5, and Xbox X. I'm pretty sure we've already had this one.
Probably.
Might have been.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. I know I've seen it, but I don't know if we showed it on stream.
Same.
Who's that meme? Oh, that one.
You got this one?
Someone stopped me from quitting my day job. That's up to you, friend. Brett in a wig? No. It's the dude at whatever talk show, game show thing, and he's going, I love that.
Magikarp guy.
No, how did I not get this one?
Is that what he's called?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I love that one. Why couldn't I get that?
Because you couldn't see his lips.
He's got the best face. Like, if you can find the GIF.
The compilations I've seen with
so
this
good.
thing. Best.
The whole video of it is just like the escalation of his facial expression.
Why is it called Magikarp Guy?
Because
he
of
makes
the
the
shape of his
Magikarp
lips.
face.
He looks just like a Magikarp.
It's
Wow.
like the square.
You guys are mean. Me entering my house after having a successful kidney operation.
How is that not funny?
Because RTX 2080 Ti's are old at this point. The news stories that came about, the guy who actually did have a kidney operation for getting an iPhone, and he's basically disabled for the rest of his life. I don't know. This would have been funny when the 2080 Ti came out, and only for like the first week.
That's funny. It's funny because
I think this one.
You
was
guys
really
enjoy
good.
this. You keeping your enjoyment of everything doesn't have to be impacted by my hatred of it. Next meme. Your CPU temperature has exceeded 8,125 degrees Celsius. That's good. That's funny.
Something's fishy.
Kowalski analysis.
Nice.
Okay, last meme.
Last meme! Kids these days will never know the hardship each week of having to overcook a fresh hard-boiled egg yolk for the computer mouse. Disgusting, but also relatable.
Did you ever clean one of those things?
No, because I switched to laser very early.
No, I was stuck on this.
I think I
way
had
too
like a
long.
trackball mouse for like the first year, and then my dad got us all the thumball mouses. Mices.
Ah.
This one's funny.
Mises.
Masasis.
Yeah, I had one of those.
Who's that meme? That is a laggy meme.
Who the
That
frick
did
is
lag.
that meme?
Oh, you're gonna hate yourself if you don't get this.
Oh no.
Oh, I realize it is kind of difficult to guess. Okay.
I'm really struggling with this one.
Turns out it's a kind of difficult silhouette. Ah, someone got it. Loops.
Ah, no!
What's loops?
Brother, may I have some
Brother, may
loops?
I have some loops.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm sad that I didn't get that one.
That's just the memes.
So this was definitely not as bad as the last Meme
Yes.
Wednesday that we had.
Yes.
That one was horrible. This one was, like, we had half and half.
Yeah, no, there were some good ones.
Yeah.
I chuckled at a few.
There was good ones, for sure.
I want to cuddle that kitty. Same.
Don't forget to submit memes for next week so that you don't continue to give us pissant memes. Go to our Discord, ! Discord in the chat. Submit your memes over there. Make it so that we have good memes for next week.
Do us a funny.
There's the link. You can find memes about ants peeing now? What?
Pissant's a word, my friends.
Next week, Memes 2012 edition. It is indeed a word.
Pissant, an insignificant or contemptible person or thing.
It's on the ants.
Yes. A pissant also refers to a specific type of ants, although it has become to be a pejorative word.
What?
Pejorative.
I don't know what that one won.
That just means you hate it and it's bad.
Yeah.
Numbskull. We can't make new
Frank.
memes because of Voldemort? Well, that's just because you haven't been creative enough. Don't come to... It's only 5 memes, okay? If you come in here and you haven't made any memes because you haven't had any time, that tells me you're just irresponsible.
It's only 5 memes.
Only 5 memes to get into Meme Wednesdays.
I feel like the memes for 2020 will just be really sad if I start looking at them.
Basically.
That's why we gotta go back to 2012.
Does Space Dog vid have a sound today?
It does. Space Dog.
Oh, oopsies. Space Dog went bye-bye.
Ah, no, Space Dog!
Well, I guess with Space Dog going bye-bye, it's time for us to go bye-bye.
Okay.
It only makes sense.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.